Alright, welcome to Feed the Baby, a game where you're trying to feed the baby just as much food as you can possibly get inside of it. I'm going to gloss over the instructions since I'll be here to explain them to you. So, we have this gross little baby here in the center, and he requires a lot of food to grow a bit larger. Our job as farmers are to grow these crops to attract enemies to this farm. As you can see, one enemy here is heading up towards the radishes, so I'm going to jump down, catching him in a bubble, and once I touch the bubble, he will be transported all the way to our large baby enemy. Once fed, we'll get a few points, he'll grow a bit larger, and sometimes we'll even get a power-up. So this is a rapid fire power-up that lets us fire bubbles at a much higher speed, catching a number of enemies by surprise. These tombstones here are the spawning points for the enemies, so we kind of keep track of those just to know where the enemies are heading at the moment. And as you can see, there are quite a few objects here where you can bounce highly off of. You can bounce off of enemies, you can bounce off of like these bushes, the trees, the houses, and as you've seen, you can even jump off the little chunk in the middle to get just a bit of extra mobility around the level. We're going to continue catching these enemies, and unfortunately, shit, I don't think I'll catch that one. Once they get to the graves, they are gone, and we lose some of our fruits. We start with 16 per level, and we're trying to maintain as much of it as possible since at the end of the level, you'll get a score multiplier based off the remaining fruits. It's pretty easy to catch these enemies so far. Going to keep a track. There's a lot of gross enemies. So you see all these enemies around here. These are not really the enemies we want to feed the dragon. As you see, once we feed the dragon one of these enemies, we actually lose a bit of score. We mostly want to catch the purple and the invisible enemies, which should be somewhere else. These arrows here indicate enemies that have stolen bait and that we need to catch up to before they get to the grave. And here actually is one of our invisible enemies, an enemy that's a bit harder to see until it is bubbled or until it grabs a fruit itself, in which case it becomes this nice blue color. Oh, you can see one over there has taken a fruit. But we continue playing the game for, oh shit, 2 more seconds. Once it's all over, just put your name in. I'll say Marcus. Oh, just Mar. And as you can see, we have 166 score and 11 fruits. And once we hit confirm, we get a bit. Yeah, there it is. 166, almost beating my previous record. Thank you for watching.